we were able to pick up a treasure chest Charizard, the 2 Obsidian Flame, the 3 Charizard EX Premium Collection boxes, 151 Scarlet and Violet ETB, the 151 Binder Collection, Pikachu Lego set for $28, $35, $25, $60, $35, $20.
So, you want to get Pokemon cards for 50 to 80% off? Well, you came to the right place. I'm going to share 3 tips and tricks on how to get yourself a bunch of Pokemon cards for literally dirt cheap. Let's go, baby. So, tip number 1, use social media. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of these social media platforms have amazing deals. You just have to know where to look and how to find the deals. I'm gonna hop over to the computer and show you how to get a killer deal. So we're on Facebook Marketplace right now, and I'm just gonna type in Pokemon Mega Set because I actually just bought something from this seller right here. So if you go over to this person's profile, you'll be able to see that this guy has a really good following. He has a great rating, and he has a bunch of Pokemon items for sale. And that's actually where I got a bunch of my stuff. And I'll throw that chat on the screen as well while we're just browsing this guy's profile. But you'll see that I actually ended up buying a lot of things from him. And I was able to bundle up a bunch of things such as this Charizard treasure chest. I also bought a bunch of, I actually bought a bunch of 151 things. I bought an Elite Trainer box. I got some calendars. I got a bunch of other things such as Shining Fates. But basically, the point of the matter is Facebook Marketplace has an amazing Pokemon items from various sellers that are either resellers or just people that have a decent amount of exposure in the community and they can get their hands on things. I don't know exactly how to do it, but for the fraction of the price. And at the same time, you're able to negotiate with them, try to pull some haggling. Don't be afraid to ask. Just, say, hey, you know what? I can give you, instead of 22, I'll give you 15. And they might come back at 20, you still save $2. And overall, that's tip number 1. Make sure when you are browsing, you're checking the person's followings, you're checking the person's rating. You don't want to get scammed. Make sure you meet up in person. Create that bond with that person so that later on, if you do want to get it shipped out to you, you can. But for the first meetup, I always recommend going in person, making sure the product is legit, making sure the product is real. Open up a pack in front of them, ask for some references. And there you go. That's tip number 1. And now we're on to tip number 2. And it's as simple as that. Instagram. Let's go. All you gotta do is browse Instagram, look at people that are following Pokemon products, follow those people. They're gonna get tagged, and you're gonna start to create this network or this matrix of all these Pokemon feeds popping up on your Instagram. And some of them are gonna be resellers. They're gonna be people that have products that they're trying to sell. For myself, I'm located in Toronto, and Friendly TCG is actually a person that sells Pokemon products for literally 50% off. Most of the time, if not sometimes 60% off. But basically, how I found this person on Instagram was I was following a few people. As you can see on the screen, these are a few people that collect Pokemon cards within Toronto. And as I was following them, they're actually tagged in some of the, Friendly TCG postings. That's how I created this relationship with this person. And I also found them on Facebook as well, just to make sure that they were legit. But you can see they have an amazing following, 3,000 followers. And then I just basically messaged them, started a conversation. You can see the type of prices that they offer. And these are all Canadian prices, might I remind you. And then basically, bam, I set up an e-transfer. I had sent this person money. I actually had gone in person to meet this person as well for my first transaction. This is actually my second transaction with Friendly TCG, so shout out to Friendly TCG. First transaction was in person, met the guy. He's really cool, really honest seller. As soon as I created that relationship with this person, I was like, you know what, I will, be able to buy off of you more frequently. And he is quite far from where I am located exactly. So we worked out a deal where he would be able to ship me the product. And just for 20 bucks, it was totally worth it. So make sure you check out Instagram. And let's go on to tip number 3. All right, before we get into tip 3, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We are giving away one Zapdos EX collection box. Once we hit 100 subs, we are just 6 subs away. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And back to tip number 3, let's go. So tip number 3, we are back on it. TikTok shop, baby. TikTok shop, that's what we're talking about. This is the new thing right now. I personally have not purchased anything from TikTok shop, as a disclaimer, but same rules apply. It's the same type of thing as Instagram, Facebook. Make sure you find someone that has a great following, an amazing rating. Make sure their product is legit. If you can, ask for references. If you can, make sure you can go meet them in person. Again, if you can, just to make sure that you can build a repertoire with them. Make sure the product is legit. That's the main thing. We do not want to buy any Fugazi Pokemon cards. But basically, TikTok shop, I have a lot of friends that have been purchasing off of TikTok shop. This is one of the ones that have been recommended to me. The great Android's Poke Shack. That's what we're at right now. And if you click on their link, you can see what they got going on. You can see, get your packs here. You got their lives. Some of these guys have their drip in there as well. But basically, you can check out these shops, see what's going on, see if it's worth it, see if it's not worth it. But make sure you always do your due diligence and try to get the best deal and the best product, the real deal, real authentic product. But that's TikTok shop. Again, for me personally, I'd like to use Facebook Marketplace, where I can do a local meetup search within like a 40-kilometer radius, and then just go pick up the product and make sure it's legit and get my product at the same time. Tip number 4, eBay. It's an old school thing, but it still works. eBay is an amazing spot for you to just go search up anything that you want basically and see if you can get a bargain. So currently I searched up Pokemon ETB sealed. You can see what's going on. We got the 151 Scarlet and Violet ETB with Snorlax in the front, $67. Compare that to what you're getting on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can also compare your prices. It's a good tool to compare your prices, I should say, for items that you're planning on buying. So you can just go over to sold and completed listings, type in Pokemon 151 ETB, and you'll get an idea of what people are purchasing these ETBs for. So this is a Pokemon Center ETB sold for $114. If you're looking at just the regular ones without the Pokemon Center, $67. So I picked mine up for $60, which was a pretty decent price, minus, you're not having to pay any shipping costs, which would add up to, $87, $76. So I got it for $60 and I got it right away. I didn't have to wait for it. It's just a comparable type of search engine. You might also be able to get some amazing deals on here if you go ahead and you search up Pokemon ETB. I'll show you again. There are sometimes items that you can bid on that don't get a lot of hits, and sometimes you can also offer. And when you offer, the seller has the option of either accepting your offer or declining it. But again, it's like I said earlier, it does not hurt to ask. Just put it in. The worst that they could say is no. The best that they could say is, yeah, sure, take it. They might just try to offload it up, and you might get lucky. You might get something that you really want for a great price. But eBay, tip number 4 is eBay. All right, we're nearing the end of the video. This is my last tip. It's to use Facebook groups or Reddit. So I personally like to use Facebook groups. All you have to do is head over to Facebook, hit on the group icon on the left-hand side. You can select your city. So again, I'm from Toronto, and basically just type in Pokemon on the search bar. You'll be able to see a bunch of community groups that are buying, selling, trading, or just talking about Pokemon. It's a great way to connect with people. It's a great way to trade cards that you don't want anymore or want to upgrade or downgrade. However you want to do it, this is a place to do it. It's an amazing place. Everybody is so welcoming, and all you have to do is basically just hit join. That's it. And just for an example, it does take some time to get into these groups. They do want to know who you are and why you're there. They want to make sure you're not scamming people. But basically, just hit join. They're going to ask you a bunch of questions. Do you agree to post on topic content? Yes. What's the purpose of wanting to join this group? And then you just go through these rules. Enjoy talking about Pokemon. And then hit agree and hit submit, and that's it. An admin will review your answers and allow you into the group. So that's the best way to get into some local groups if you aren't too keen on getting into a group that's close by, you can leave this search bar open and basically see what's going on. You have a bunch of groups that are buying and selling. You have a bunch of groups that are, basically just looking to connect Pokemon community members together. An amazing spot. Reddit, also an amazing spot. Just go to Reddit, type in Pokemon, and you can see what's going on. Pokemon TCG, Pokemon trading card game, anything related to what you're looking for in regards to Pokemon, you'll be able to find it either on Facebook groups or on Reddit. So that was my last tip. An amazing spot to do all this stuff. Everything is online these days. You do not need to go to Walmart. You do not need to go to Game Shack or GameStop, EB Games, or any of those places. They do overcharge you. They want your money. We do not want to give it to them, baby. We want to get Pokemon cards. We want to see them hits, and that's it. We want to see it on the low. That's it. As simple as that. Make sure you hit up Facebook Marketplace, Instagram, TikTok, eBay, Facebook groups, Reddit, and you're gonna get a solid deal. I promise you that. Again, if you want to see any one of my other videos, I'm gonna post them over here. I'll show you how to get guaranteed hits from Pokemon 151 over here. I'll show you a Paradox Rift opening booster box over here. Make sure you click one of those two videos and make sure you hit that button in the middle to subscribe. And I want to thank you so much for bearing with me and watching all these tips. I'll see you next video. Let's go.